I'm at this strange stage now where I've completed 10 days of my illustrated advent calendar that I felt inspired to do. And right now, maybe hate is a strong word, but I'm really disliking doing it at the moment, the project. I feel like I'm basically in the middle, and although it's only the 6th day, I have to work ahead to make use of the times that I do have, while usually kids are out for a lunch walk, and basically I have to organize my time quite well to manage even such a small project of a daily drawing that is very simple, but then filming that, editing that, and uploading that onto 2 different platforms, YouTube and Instagram, takes more time than I thought. I don't know what could make this any better for me at the moment. I know that I will finish it, but it feels more like I'm finishing it for the sake of wanting to conclude it. But at the same time, the response has been very muted, I'd say. And I guess, I don't know what I was expecting. But I don't have so much to keep me going. I don't know what, I guess I don't really need to or shouldn't rely on big reactions. I'm really grateful for the people that did respond. Thank you so much. And if you thought about writing something and you don't know what to write, a little emoji, like a little heart or a little smiley face, something nice and appropriate would be nice. And you don't even have to write anything, because I know I'm an introvert too. Sometimes I just don't know what to write, and that's fine. But yeah, basically it's been not as well received view-wise and also comment-wise. I think I wouldn't say it's a flop because it's not over, but keeping me consistent, that's definitely worked. But at the same time, I almost have to fake it to make it, so to speak. I don't think I've ever really done a project that has been that long, 24 days, that is in the public eye as well, and having to kind of work ahead and then edit is basically, I think the problem for me is it's repetitive. And despite the drawing being not repetitive, the editing is very repetitive, and I'm a bit bored, if I'm honest, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. Also a bit like stretched, I think, spread thin because of usual life, and maybe a little bit less help. And I'm watching the kids much more now, which is nice and also difficult. And there have been a few events or things where Nick was needed on his own without kids around. That's even on the weekend, and I'm the one who's jumping in. And that doesn't happen so often, but I feel like I definitely don't have as much time to myself, and then using this time to work on this project starts to feel, without feeling any reward. Even the drawing itself feels not so rewarding. I feel like I rather would do something else. But that's the thing, like, can you just stop in the middle of a project because you feel like it's not successful? It's an advent calendar. It's just, I want to finish it, but that's the reality. I'm glad that I committed, but at the same time, I wonder if it's like with any bigger project that in the middle you just feel like, why on earth am I doing this to myself? It's the holidays. I should be preparing internally for this special and sometimes a bit more intense time, and instead of maybe pushing myself to push out content that no one really needs because we're already bombarded with so much anyway. I've been really reflecting a bit on my YouTube journey. It feels like I've been doing it for so long, but in reality I've only really posted 9 videos. And sometimes I'm not so sure if I should keep going, because like, for the amount of effort it is, although it maybe seems very simple, it's, I guess, I don't know, I sometimes have to wonder, is it worth using the little time I have to work on something that does not make any money and doesn't bring much feedback? But yeah, I like to still continue filming because I think it's a great way to document what I'm doing, and hopefully if you watch this in a few years time, maybe if you look back on this, see like how my journey has developed, and if it's helpful to you, that's wonderful. I wish, my thing is, I used to post more on YouTube, and in the past, not as frequently, but every now and then, and not only did it get more picked up in the YouTube algorithm, I felt more people could see it. I feel also I received a bit more feedback or some sort of comments or anything to know that it's been encouraging and helpful. And at the moment I feel it's not reaching so many people, and it feels sometimes a little bit like I'm talking to an empty wall, and that feels sad. And that's okay. And if you're still watching this, you're probably one of those people that keeps watching anyway, so thank you so much for being there. I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather mentally. Time of the cycle in my personal hormone cycle, and it's been really, really dark in the UK recently. It's even during the day. Sometimes it feels like it's the evening because yeah, it's just been very overcast. And even for, I feel like UK overcast status is, I don't know, even when it's overcast in the UK, I feel like these days it's been especially dark. I'm feeling a bit discouraged and trying to think if maybe what I'm sharing is not as impactful as I thought, and I'm wondering, is that because I don't reach enough people that need to see what I'm sharing, or maybe it's the type of thing I'm sharing is maybe not what people need right now. And these are all the things I'm thinking about, and if you're a content creator, I wonder if you can relate, if this is something you think about, and if you are a parent as well and a creative person, how do you balance everything? I don't know. And maybe everything is just too much. Maybe being online and a content creator isn't, or it's just adding more noise to everything, and maybe in truth we need to introspect and spend more time on our own and not have as much input. Maybe that's what I need to do actually. But I guess at the moment I'm just reflecting a little bit. Am I doing the right thing for me and for my family, and what's the best way? I've been definitely reading more about minimalism, watching and reading. I'm reading a book by JOHN ELDREDGE. Oh gosh, I hope it's pronounced correctly. I'll link it down below. And that's about taking your life back, and it's finding moments to bring that peace back into your life and reconnect with God. And that is something I want to do, and I wonder sometimes if what I'm doing with YouTube is helping me with this introspection, or if it's actually bringing me away, because then I'm again just adding more to people's noisy environment. I'd love to know, is this actually helpful what I'm sharing? Do you find it interesting? Is there anything that you'd like to see that maybe I'm missing? I'd love to share more about my books, but at the moment it's been just a bit slow. After I after I submitted that book, that felt like maybe a conclusion, and now, although I'm thinking of working on this next book, somehow my motivation is lacking a little bit, and I think it's maybe because I'm distracted by wanting to do this Advent calendar that I put myself as a task, where maybe it was just not the right idea for the stage of life I'm at. Maybe I should have just kept going with my normal video. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm just rambling, and feel like I should probably pause here, but I've been doing a really nice drawing recently that I want to share, and I just don't know, that was just a nice moment of trying something new, a bit of a different technique, and I really enjoyed that. And I think what I really enjoyed recently is being a patron of Rebecca Green, because seeing her process, but in a long form, in a quiet environment where there's not constantly YouTube, other like ads and blah popping up, I feel like it's just a much better way to consume content, because it's curated, you will like it, there's no distraction, there's nothing popping up or another suggested video. I feel like Patreon might be something I would like to do at some point, because then the people who do care can see what I do, and you know, it's a peaceful place to come to, and not a noisy YouTube. That's what I'm really thinking at the moment. Is YouTube is nice, but at the same time, wow, it's such a loud space mentally. There's so much going on. And the thing that I've really come to dislike with YouTube, although having loved YouTube for a long time, the platform, the people you can meet, the connections you can make, and the people you can find through it, is just, I noticed that people, especially, maybe that's the thing I watch, and maybe this is my own fault, but there's always this, everything is in capital letters suddenly, and everything is extreme. everything is extreme, or like that long or this short, and everything seems extreme and completely out of bounds somehow. Like extreme makeover, extreme decluttering. Even if the extreme decluttering just means like you go into every room and pick a few things up, and it just seems like some things are like a full-on transformation, but the word extreme in every single video title, I find it annoying. Yes, you do click on it, but I don't know, it just seems like, do you know what I mean by mental noise and a loud environment, and wondering if I want to actually contribute or if not just that, do I want to exist in that environment? And but at the same time, it's obviously a nice platform to find people who are interested in each other's content. And I think there's a magpie sitting on somewhere on a window. Anyway, this is very rambly, I just realized, but it's my reflection right now, having been back on YouTube for 3 months relatively consistently, and trying to think, coming towards the end of the year, what next year is going to bring for me. And YouTube as a platform, Instagram as a platform, it's just how it's developing. And I feel like with shorts, for example, I posted most of my advent calendar thing as shorts because it is obviously easy to make, but at the same time it feels like is our attention span just getting so short that we need shorts? And I'm just talking, and anyway, I think maybe I just need to think if I want to continue and in which way. And again, hearing from you, even if it's just a little emoji, a little heart, that brings me joy and makes me happy. And I thank you so much, because to do this only for myself, to document things, I wouldn't need to go through the effort of editing and stuff like this. So I could just leave it on my phone. But anyways, I'm grateful that you're here. If you watched until the end, if you can post a little heart or a little smiley, that would make me happy. Maybe a little Christmas tree emoji if you can find it. And I hope that you take care of yourself and your mental space. If you're feeling upset or angry, and if you notice things are starting to get difficult, have you reflected on your consumption of media, and also how you're contributing or not contributing to it, depending on if you're making content or not. Maybe we need to disconnect a little bit to then be more connected. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.